Hello and welcome to White Men Can't Pod. It's episode number 41. Oh, look
boy.
at you. It's not
Oh,
Halloween.
boy.
We're doing Teen Wolf. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm here with the Pamela of the show. That's Mr. Wally Foley.
Oh,
You're the Pamela.
wait. She was kind of a bitch.
Well,
You
she was
take,
hot.
take it how you will. And
I'm
the
the hot guy.
okay, and the boof of the show, Mr. Bill Cashin.
I will choose to take that as a compliment.
Okay, all right. Who will I choose? I don't know.
Yeah.
Very romantic. It's Teen
It is a day
Wolf.
for romance. As my fortune cookie told me earlier.
It was a day for romance. Why are you eating fortune cookies at 2:00 in the afternoon?
Because I got Chinese food last night. And
Oh, you
hadn't
just never
eaten it.
opened them? Okay. I was like, who eats a fortune cookie in the afternoon? Maybe people do. Teen Wolf. An ordinary high school student discovers that his family has an unusual pedigree. It's Teen Wolf. How'd you first see Teen Wolf?
Let's see. On Saturday night when I turned on HBO Max and watched it.
Wow,
for this
you've
show.
never seen it?
Yeah, I'd never seen it before.
I'm pretty sure this was a TV movie from my childhood. I don't have a solid memory of it, but I've definitely seen it already.
Seen it, don't know where, but I've seen it.
I feel like a TV movie for me, I think, yeah.
Seen it somewhere. Also, yeah, it must have been on TV because I don't remember some of the raunchier things from the movie. Like, I don't remember the wrestling, whipped cream wrestling, or
Oh,
whatever they were
yeah.
doing
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I don't remember
I do
her-
remember the closet and her coming out of it with, like, the cuts down her back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
But,
That was pretty PG.
right,
Yes.
that part I remember. Yeah, I don't remember the rest of the party.
All right, we have no budget, but we have a box office.
$2 for the budget.
I'll
I
say
don't know what the
$4 for the budget.
Damn
Thank
it.
you.
No, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I can't find it. Maybe you can find it. I don't know.
All right, I'll try.
In a segment to be named later. Your old segment.
Oh, man, that was a good segment.
Good
It was a
segment.
good segment.
Good segment. Box office. How much did this movie make? 1985.
1985.
A movie about a wolf
500,000.
playing basketball.
Now, I looked up earlier. This came out like a month and a half after Back to the Future. So Michael J. Fox potentially is known.
On fire.
Oh, it was
On
after?
fire.
It was
Like
after
a month
Back-
after, like right after. You say $500,000?
Yeah.
I'll say $1.2 million and take this prize.
Okay, yeah, you win, Bill. It's way more than that,
You
but it's
cheap bastard.
it's not-
I more than doubled your bet.
we're not talking about a Rocky opening here. 30,
Rocky opened
30.
crazy.
86,611.
I believe I found a budget.
Oh, what'd you get?
Oh, well,
I
let's
was much closer.
let's guess for the budget then.
You were much closer. 1.5 million.
Now, mind you, when I said I was much closer, he said $2 and I said $4.
Oh, you're talking
500,000.
$4 million.
Oh,
I
damn
win.
it.
I still win.
According
fi-
to
Where'd you find that?
the Wikipedia, says it was $4 million and it
Oh,
says the
I
box
never-
office was $30 million.
I never trust Wikipedia. What are you doing?
I always trust
They're not
Wikipedia.
primary sources.
Please, it's the primary source for everything these days.
It's the primary source for everything.
Granted, I remember being annoyed that I couldn't actually cite it, but
Hmm.
I haven't had to write a paper in a very long time.
Well, this is a basketball movie. That's why I picked it. In case you're
I
wondering.
mean, it does open and end with a basketball game, so I
There's a
guess
basketball
that's true.
game in the middle too, so
It's a
you know.
basketball movie. Now we've done this. I've done this before.
You have.
With,
You've stretched
Big
the
Lebowski.
rules.
I stretched the rules with the bowling in Big Lebowski. You
This
did-
is
and you
more
didn't
of-
like that.
This
Wally.
is more of a basketball movie than The Big Lebowski's a bowling
Does this
movie.
count
true.
as a basketball movie or not in your mind? I count. it.
No. It's a movie about a werewolf.
Who plays basketball?
But he's really interested in basketball.
But it's
Well,
all
I'm
about
kind of
his-
interested in it.
It's
Oh, you
all
want-
about him being a werewolf.
He goes to one party and he is playing basketball the rest of the time.
That's more or less true.
It's
He does also go urban surfing, but
but it's not a
Oh man,
About
that
the
scene is
basketball
a
team.
classic.
That
a
really is.
classic, man. All right, we start on big old Michael J. Fox. He's taking a free throw. He takes the weirdest free throw. He doesn't set his feet like a real free throw. He takes a jump shot, which annoyed you, Bill. I already got a little spoiler on
that was When the movie opens with him jumping, I thought, oh no, he doesn't know how to play basketball, and the director has never seen a game of basketball. If a high schooler is
True.
taking a jump shot for a free throw.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Michael J. Fox has
a little-
always been a short man.
He's a little guy.
Okay.
He's probably at best 5'5".
Okay. I'm 5'8.5".
Okay, you got
I
3
can
inches.
shoot a free throw without jumping.
Yep, but I don't know. You're also a grown man now, so
I am a grown man.
You
now.
are a grown man now.
I do feel like I've been shooting flat-footed free throws
For
for a very long time, though.
Yeah.
I would say I last jumped for one in about 3rd grade.
well, do we know he's not a senior, right? There's no way he's a senior.
He's a
He's
starter.
he's having a lot of parties and he's a starter. He could be a senior.
He's buying beer.
They're trying to drink. Yeah.
Trying to buy beer.
That also cracked me up because of our past. Like, oh yeah, these are good opportunities. Good move, except for you're missing a few steps here.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to find a homeless guy to buy you beer.
Yep.
That's what you need. You need a weird homeless guy to do it for you.
Oh Jesus!
And you give him an extra $20, and he comes out with his own beer.
I will say I don't condone that message, kids. Do not find a homeless
not
man
saying
to buy
do-
your beer.
I'm not saying you should do that. I'm
You
just saying
just
it
said-
works.
Just said to do it.
I didn't say to do it. I
They
said it
don't
works.
have to be homeless. They could also just be weird and kind of
Yeah,
homeless.
I guess he wasn't. He was
kind of.
he was homeless adjacent, right?
Yeah, he was homeless adjacent.
adjacent. He had a couch,
He had a mattress on a back porch, I believe.
a mattress on a back porch.
Jesus, it's a wonder you guys are still alive.
It is a wonder we're
Mean
not
Streets
dead.
of Cahoe as well.
Yeah. Also, I wrote down we're 1 second into this movie. We've already derailed it. He is so sweaty at the
He
free
is-
throw line.
Dripping.
I mean, you get sweaty playing basketball. You get pretty sweaty, but
Yes.
not like this.
I
It looks
sweat
like
more than probably every person that I know when I'm playing basketball.
You're the sweatiest guy.
And even I don't drip the way he drips most of the time.
I mean, you're wearing a shirt or jersey, it's not. What's that movie where the guy face plants into the guy playing basketball? We'll get to that.
Oh,
one. And
Along Came Polly, I believe.
Along Came Polly has a great
Oh,
sweaty
yeah.
basketball scene.
Oh,
Gross. The score is
that does not count as a basketball movie. You
There's some
fuckers,
basketball in
no.
there.
No. Why are you pointing at me? What movie have I put up that wasn't a sports movie?
It's fair. Okay, fine.
These are both sports movies. The score is 51-11. And the coach goes over, takes a timeout, and goes over to the ref and goes, yeah, we forfeit. And then the ref's like, what? And the other coach is like, no, we got, these players need to play, and they have league averages. And he's like, yeah, don't care about that. Need to beat the traffic home. There's nobody in the stands.
The other thing I realize here is, besides him terribly shooting a free throw,
Yeah.
They're just running roughshod over.
there's
each
a guy
other.
playing with him who appears to be about 6 foot even, 280 pounds, and not jacked, just a fat kid.
Mhm.
And these are your starters.
Chubb. His name is Chubb.
Chubb.
You know what else he's from? He's from Chucky.
Okay.
Not Chucky. I'm sorry. He's from Leprechaun,
Oh, God.
okay.
You
Yep.
love that.
and he's from. Oh, what was the other one?
Love me some Leprechaun.
Not leprechauns with an S. That one, no
That one's
bueno.
bad.
It's from the
Leprechaun
original-
Origins, also bad.
The original Leprechaun
Okay.
with what's her face?
Which I think we watched.
Or
at your
Leprechaun
house.
4, where
Davis.
he goes back to the streets or whatever,
Oh, yeah. He's in New York City or whatever.
and he decides to make fun of rappers or something. And
Yes.
it's very silly.
Yep. I think we watched all the Leprechauns at your house, Wally. Back in the, I think
For
we
sure,
mentioned that
probably.
in a previous podcast. Before.
Yeah, because for sure Siobhan hates those movies. So yeah, you guys probably made her
Forced her to
watch
watch
them.
them.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Well, anyway, the coach wants
I've
to
been there.
forfeit, which is fun. It's fun to see this character in a movie, like a coach who just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
We could forfeit. I could go home. The crowd, you see some cool cast in the crowd. There's these 2 girls in this movie that are wearing those fingerless lace gloves
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
the ladies.
tiny sunglasses inside and poofy hair, and I still don't know who they are or what they
One
do.
of them seemed to potentially be attached to Styles,
Yeah,
but
Was
that's
it?
very
Were they?
unclear.
yeah.
I don't know, though.
They're at one point they say a few things every once in a while. There's one part where they go in and she just slides a free pizza in front of Teen Wolf and is like, pizza. They're just like the two party girls.
I do not remember that at all.
And he gets the pizza at one point. One of the guys gets like a fucking forearm shiver, and it's not a foul.
Yeah, they are
Blast
killing
the
each
dude.
other. On
The refs
Well-
are just letting this one run out.
yeah,
Running clock.
Forget it, dork. That's the main bad guy of this movie, right?
Mark, I think his name was.
Mark.
Mick.
Mick.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this is where we get our first wolf thing, which is probably why he's sweating so much, because he's turning into a wolf, I guess.
Maybe.
But then he's like, he
growling?
growls at Mick and then goes for a full court shot in a 51-11 game. He
Oh yeah, you
goes
got
up a full court.
everyone
why not?
pauses like, oh,
Like
he's about to do it.
like he's gonna make a full court shot, and it will affect absolutely
it's
nothing.
going to be worth 40 points.
Yeah, they're not gonna win. They go to the locker. They lose. They go to the locker room, and Chubb is like drinking soda or something, and they're like, "You're supposed to be on a diet, Chubb." It's like, "I am on a diet," and they find all the food in his locker. Styles just walked. This guy, Cool Cat Styles, guy with sunglasses and funny T-shirts, just walks into the locker room, and he's not on the team.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't
He just
play.
barges in and starts talking to everybody. Even talking to the other team. He like goes into the other
Yeah,
team's
which
locker
it
room.
looks like they more or less share a locker room.
Yeah, which is weird.
Well, I mean, it was the '80s, so maybe you did.
I guess. Scott decides Marty, whatever, not Marty,
Michael.
Michael,
Jeff
Marty,
Fox?
Marty from Back to the Future. Scott goes in to talk to the coach and says, "I got some problems. I'm going through changes."
Oh,
The coach
yeah.
is like, "Oh yeah, we've all been through that," and he's like,
Yeah.
"I don't think we have, coach."
Oh, he's been complaining about like a rash and being itchy, and then he found the longest, fakest hair
Thickest hair, yeah.
on his chest,
Yeah,
and he just pulled it off of him, like, ugh. And that's
Gross.
before he goes in. Yeah,
I do
Super
like when
gross.
he's like, yeah, we've all been through it. And then he's like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, what is it, drugs? I don't have time right now.
I told you I have an open door policy, except for you right now, and I don't want to. I love this coach. Scott talks to Boof, who is the love interest of this movie.
But also
you're
his
her name
buddy.
is Boof.
Her name is Boof, and we never know why.
No, never.
They never say why. They never say her real name, do they?
So in the
It might be
trivia,
Boof.
it says that she's like the character was based on a girl that one of the producers knew growing up, and her nickname was Boof.
Weird
But
nickname.
still, no
Yeah.
no
more.
explanation as to why.
Yeah.
You don't
why
get
Boof?
like a
No.
scene where a teacher calls her, Jessica or something.
Right,
She
Andrea.
just is only Boof.
She's only Boof.
Yep.
And Boof is not unattractive. Like, Boof
No.
is a good-looking gal.
She is.
She's into Scott. He doesn't seem to care at all.
No.
Because they've grown up
Because
together.
they're buds, yeah.
They're literally kids, best friends since they were 5 or something like that. He says, "I'm sick of being average, and why won't Pamela talk to me?" And Boof does not like that. She says, "You can do it way better than her, like me," and storms off. We get some ears ringing in the hardware store. His dad owns a hardware store. His
Oh, yeah,
ears
the
are
dog
ringing
whistle.
because the kid's blown a dog whistle.
Yep.
Because he even says it's broken. But not to
And
Scott.
not good.
What's his name? Scott.
Scott Howard.
Okay.
Scott Howard.
Susan or City? What have you been?
So yeah, at this point, we know that he's already going through the changes of being a werewolf.
Right. We know the movie's called Teen Wolf.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm thinking to myself,
How?
why didn't we see the coolest fucking part of the whole werewolf thing is him getting attacked by a werewolf?
Well, that question is answered. Unlike
Eventually,
Boof.
yes.
Unlike Boof, that question does get answered. Good little move in this movie. A little plot that I actually enjoyed.
Yes.
We meet Mr. Thorne, who you think is the principal, but at one point he's like, "I'm the vice principal of this
Yeah.
place." And like,
Yeah.
what? Vice principals
don't
are
forget
always assholes.
Don't you forget, I'm the vice principal.
Don't you
Like,
forget
who
it.
fucking cares? You're not the
He's a
principal.
Fucking douchebag. We see this play, which is a little piece of this thing. Like they're putting on a play,
You see one person.
and it's what's her face, Pamela
Pamela.
doing the play, and the guy going, teacher going, "More sensual, darling, more sensual." But she's really just saying like, "Oh, please don't rape and pillage the village and burn my house down." Like, what? It's really creepy. Scott goes up to her and says, "What are you doing? Are you going to the party?" And she's like, "Yeah, I guess." He's like, "Can I take you to the party? I have a van."
He's got like 700 things in his hands too at this
Yes.
point. Just to make him look so stupid.
I have a van. So that brings me to a segment we haven't done in a while,
Oh boy.
which is called Bill Needs a Date.
All right.
And needs to add this into his repertoire. At what point do you ask someone out and go, "I have a van"?
Oh my god, do
But
I
it
still
doesn't work
have-
here, though, does it?
It doesn't. Oh,
It
I
doesn't-
do still have
it. Doesn't
it.
work, but I feel like it should be in your repertoire.
Yeah, but it does. If it doesn't help me now, if turning into a werewolf will help me get a girl, as it does in this movie,
That's just too complicated. Come on.
I agree.
I have a van.
But having a van is not helpful to him at all in this movie.
So you're saying that can't be added to your...
I don't see how.
What is the list again
Right.
based on these sports movies?
So it is walk into a room and lock eyes and wink.
Yep.
Sing a song badly. Walk over and hold hands. Say, "Want to make $14 the hard way?"
Yeah.
Give me your number and I won't call you.
Yep.
Move in together. Walk away to the door.
Oh,
Turn-
these are out of order.
Yeah, just the move in together. Walk away to the door, turn back and get her to go up to the rooftop, and then build the boat and then move in together.
You ask her to move in together. That's
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
You
yes.
have to ask her to
Yeah,
move in
that's
together.
right. We should
You
move
know-
in together, then walk away.
Which room is
Yeah.
my room? Which room is my room? That's what
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Which room is my room? That's the Mighty Ducks one.
yeah.
So
Then
where? At
walk
what
away
point
from
does I have a van fit into that? I have a van.
I have to reject it. It does not help. It
I would
only
say
hurts his cause.
after which room is my room, I have a van.
Yeah, see, you guys
then
are
walk
not
away
taking
to
this
the door.
seriously anymore. You're not actually trying to help me get a date
So
anymore.
you're telling me all the other ones were effective in these movies? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yes,
right,
they're all
right.
effective.
All right, so that's fine. So we can't put "I have a van" in there. 'cause
What was
then-
Sing a Song
it didn't
Badly
work.
from?
I think the one where they're on the beach.
On the beach.
It's the teen movie. Where he's trying to win a bet.
Wait, what? Oh,
The movie from the 90s where he's
what sport? Give us a sport.
no.
no, this is pre-sport. This is
No, this is all sports.
Yeah,
movies.
these were all sports
Oh,
that we
this
got.
was?
from.
This is all
Yeah.
sports movies.
So I think
Soccer?
maybe sing a song badly might have been from The Replacements.
There's already a replacements thing in there though.
Oh yeah. Walk away
Walk away and come
and
back.
then come back. Yeah.
The fake walk away.
yeah.
Solid move. I still think you want to go with me to the party. I have a van. Is very accurate. It could happen.
Could happen, but
Could
it doesn't help.
Which one was Rookie of the Year?
That was the boat.
That's the
That
kid.
was the
Oh, that's the
boat.
boat.
That's
Yeah,
build
okay.
a boat.
Build a boat. Chicks are into boats.
Semi-pro or Goon? Did we watch Goon?
We watched Goon.
Is that Sing a Song Badly?
Could
No,
be.
I don't think
He
so.
Maybe.
didn't, he didn't sing in that.
I don't
All right,
remember.
we're trying way too
All
hard.
right. Yeah, we don't need to go there. All right, we're at Tony's Liquor where everybody's trying to buy a keg from Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And Styles is like, "Oh, the boss sent me down." Like the mob boss? Is that what he's saying here? Did nice guy,
no, not
nice guy mob,
Tony.
nice guy
Fortunately, no.
Tony mob boss?
No, just like
Fortunately,
for the
boss
office
says-
party kind of thing.
I need to get a keg. Can you give me a keg? And the guy's like, "Fuck you. Show me your ID." And Styles like, "Damn it, lost."
He's bored,
Lost
but
out on
he
that.
knows this punk kid.
Yep. He says, Styles says, "I have plenty of bread, and here's extra for you. Still got to see your ID, sport." And then he goes back outside and says, "Never say die," which is, I think, on his shirt at one point. Never say die. Not Marty, fucking
Scott.
Scott, god damn it, wants to quit. These movies are just running together. He wants to quit the basketball team because he's going through changes and the basketball team sucks. I mean,
I don't blame him for that.
I wanna
If
quit
he's
too.
one of the best players, this is a miserable
I would want
basketball
to quit
team.
too. He asks around about a rash. Anybody have a rash? Is there a rash going around? I have a rash. And Styles says, "This might be Quote Mountain here. I haven't heard anything about a rash, but Mr. Murphy got his dick caught in a vacuum cleaner. That could be Quote Mountain."
Yeah.
They go to Scott. Here, just steal the keg. Go in there and Tony's and steal some shit. He's like, "No, give me the money." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "I will pay for it, and then if I need to, I'll use this fake gun," which they give him like a
squirt gun.
squirt gun to pretend to hold him up. He's like, "I'm not doing that." But he goes in and tries to get
And he
Tony.
says, like, I'm just going to ask. That's all.
He's just going to ask Tony. He goes in to ask Tony, and the guy goes, "You little bastard just will never give up." And then his eyes turn red because he's turning into a werewolf, and he yells at Tony, "Give me a keg of beer and this." I think it's a Twinkie. And Tony sells it to him. So now they got a keg, and they're all excited. They can go to the party and bring the keg.
Yep.
And they got it in the van. Well, they got it in the car all strapped up.
Yeah,
Like a
front seat,
seatbelt
right?
and everything, which is funny.
Yeah, at this point, I didn't realize that they were taking two cars. I'm like, where the fuck? He's
Because they have another friend who's just kind of Lewis or whatever, who's just
Yeah.
always kind of there.
yeah.
Yeah, right. He's the third wheel. So Scott says Pamela is going to be there, and so will I. And then Lewis is like, "Mick will also be there. You know they're dating, right?" And he's like, "No, they're not." And he's like, "Yes, they are.
They definitely are. Yeah.
Yes, they are, and they're going to be there." "No, they're not." "Yes, they are." Lewis and Styles switch places, so Lewis has to drive the car, and so Styles can surf on top of the fucking van, which is bad for him because Scott starts changing into a werewolf during the drive.
Yeah, his ears
It's-
get all pointy.
Starts swerving and doing weird shit. Have you ever been to a house party in the front yard? This was interesting to me.
I've seen a house party spill into the front yard.
The front yard is happening at this party.
Yeah.
Kids are all over the place. There's no way the cops aren't called 30 seconds into this thing.
It's a different time, I guess, but that does seem like you're looking for trouble.
Seems like you're looking for a little trouble. They are so excited to bring in this keg. Scott tries to talk to Pamela, says, "Are you waiting for someone?" She's like, "Not you," and leaves.
Yes,
Damn.
that's pretty clear. She makes it pretty clear.
Damn. That's pretty clear. They bring the keg. I also like this. I like this bit where they bring the keg in, and there's already like 9 kegs.
Yeah.
He's like, "We brought the keg," and everyone's clearly already drunk. And he's like, "Yeah, okay, just put it over there with the others." There's a
There's a
bunch
pile
of
of like
kegs.
a dozen kegs already.
Yeah,
kicked.
they're good. Then there's this weird part where Styles has people like battle each other. I don't know what this is.
Weird party games, 1-on-1.
Two
So-
people are like tied up in covered in whipped cream on the floor in their underwear.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Chubby, you're up. You need to eat a bowl of Jello out of someone's bra," basically.
So what did it like his I don't know, his girl has
The girl, yeah.
has
Who's
like-
in lingerie.
yeah, she's got a bucket with all the girls' names, and then all the girls have a guy's name,
Right.
and then he decides what game they play or what they do.
I guess.
Yeah,
when
he's
they
the
get
one
paired
that
up?
is like in charge of all these weird
Yeah.
things they're doing, competitions.
Boof rigs the system and says she has Scott when he gets pulled.
Even
they
though
have-
she doesn't.
She doesn't. They have to have 2 minutes in heaven in the closet. I never did a closet thing. Closet makeout sesh.
Me
Never had-
either.
No,
Never went to a party with that.
I don't believe I did.
Mick is like, "I'm too old for this party," which because he's like an 8th year senior, right? So we
appears-
find out. So
Well,
he
he goes to a different school.
he goes to a different school, so he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be there, which is kind of funny. So he wants to leave. Scott gets a little rough with Boof. in the closet. He rips up her shirt.
And is this when she smacks him?
She smacks him and says, like, what the fuck?
She yells at him for being like overly aggressive, but then seems to enjoy it. She gives him like a slap later when he's more of a jerk to him. I feel like.
He's got teeth and fur. He turns into a full-on werewolf in the bathroom at home and says, "Geez Louise," as a werewolf, which is funny. And then his dad knocks on the door, says, "Son, I need to talk to you about something. Something's going on." And he's like, "You can never come in." And he's like, "I'm opening the door. We have to talk." And when he opens the door, his dad is also a werewolf.
Yep.
Which is hilarious.
Which thankfully, like, they give an actual like reason for him turning into a werewolf.
And then he goes, "It's not as bad as it looks." And Scott says, "You knew about this?" He goes, "I was hoping it would pass you. It tends to skip a generation." And he's like, "Well, it didn't." And he's like, "Clearly." And then he tries to give him. Scott runs away, and then the next morning he tries to like talk to him again. He's like, "When you're a werewolf, you have great powers. Like, you can play the shit awesome basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got to watch yourself, because with great power comes great responsibility." And Scott's just like, "I don't give a fuck. Get out of my way, Dad."
He
And
doesn't
leaves.
actually say that, does he?
No.
He says, "With
Okay.
great power comes great responsibility."
He says the line.
He says the
Yes,
line.
He says something.
No, he
Spider-Man-ish.
doesn't.
He does.
Yes, he does.
Oh my god.
He straight up does. And then Scott leaves, and he goes to himself, "Well, that went well."
I mean, considering
His
it
dad
could have
is-
went way worse.
His dad is an owner of a hardware store and kind of like a nerd dude,
Yeah.
which is even funnier. Pamela now wants to talk to Scott because he's sweaty and has more hair. What's the reason here?
There's no reason.
She
She
just
does
now
just
wants
say
to talk to him.
there's something different about you. For no reason.
There's something different about you,
Yeah.
which makes no sense. And then all day at school, Scott daydreams about wolves. Every single class, the teachers ask him questions that he has to get up and answer,
Mm-hmm.
which reminded me of.
Or like they're talking about wolves.
Or they're constantly talking about wolves
Yeah.
or wolf puns,
Yeah.
which is funny. Not the wolf part, but just asking someone a question every class reminded me of you, Bill. When every single theology class we had, you were asked the same question.
Yes, Mr. V asked me about the
This-
Gospels.
Something about the Gospels for like,
What
it
are
must have been 10 weeks
the,
straight.
what are the four gospels?
It
Matthew,
was
Mark,
that,
Luke,
or it
John?
might have been like, what was the third Gospel or something?
Yeah.
But he asked me the same question every day, and then would leave me alone the rest of the class.
It's kind of a good deal.
It was a great deal.
We thought he was in on the joke for a while, and then we figured out he wasn't. He was just asking the same question.
No, he had to be in on that.
No, come on.
That, and then we used to race him for who could flip the page faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that's all that mattered. It didn't matter what was actually being read.
Amazing. This is where we first get "What are you looking at, Dick Knows," the shirt, which is kind of fun. He's wearing this in school. What are you looking at, Dick Knows, in school?
Yeah.
During one of the classes, Scott goes up to write on the whiteboard or the blackboard and starts turning into a werewolf real bad. So he just sprints out and then runs across to the bathroom. And
the
janitor's-
wettest hallway
Yes.
floors.
The janitor's
Yes.
like, "Oh, sorry, bathroom's out." And then he goes to run to the next one. He's like, "Oh, sorry, that one's out too, and the floor's wet." And he just slides across the whole floor.
It's like
It's like slick with oil. It's not even just water.
He goes into like some weird basement bathroom.
Did you guys see the Always Sunny episode where Mac dances for like to show his dad like, "This is who I am"?
Oh, yeah.
And like the pool, the amount of water on the ground. That's how much water was in the hallway floor.
Yes. He finally gets to a bathroom and there's a kid in there writing shit on the wall,
Yep.
like dirty shit on the mirror. And then
Yeah.
he gets to another bathroom where Mr. Thorne confronts him and is like, "Let me see your hands," where his hands were all claws and hairy. But he's calmed himself down now, so it's normal. And he's like, "Where's the marker?" He's like, "What are you fucking talking about? I'm turning into a werewolf, Mr. Thorne. I have no marker." He's like, I'm going to get you. But then he finds a little clump of fur on the counter, and Mr. Thorne seems to know what's up. So then we get a scene between Styles and Scott, where they're in their garage looking for weed, I assume, or some type of drug.
Yeah.
They're in the garage trying to find the stash.
Yeah.
And Scott says, I've got to tell you something. I got to get off my chest.
Oh yeah, this scene doesn't age well.
Does not age well. I'm just going to say it this way. Styles says, are you going to tell me you're gay? He's like, no, I'm not going to tell you I'm gay. I'm telling you that I'm a werewolf. And he's like, huh, okay. And he's like, just move over. I'll prove it to you right now. And he turns into a werewolf and finds the weed. You can smell it.
Yeah, on command, he's able to turn into a werewolf now.
Yes.
Yeah, he says later, like, sometimes I got to get worked up, but I can basically just do it.
And Styles loves it. And he goes, what exactly do teen wolves do? So he names him.
Yeah,
Teen
he
Wolf.
says it. He says the title in the movie.
Yep.
We always love that, though. We do love that.
And then Styles says, oh, I love this. With the right angles, we could really play on this. So he's already,
Yeah, he's already
good at
scheming.
business.
Yep.
He's good at business. This is awkward. This is a weird scene. He comes home.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf comes home, and he finds Boof playing one-on-one with his dad in the
Yep.
driveway.
So
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Also, possibly both of them are better than him at basketball.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just possible. I think that's a factual
But
statement.
yes, this is a weird thing to see.
My God. They've been friends. This is where we find out they were friends since they were 5. And Dad is like, you should date Boof.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is also weird to say.
It's not. Having heard things like this most of my life.
Give her a chance, maybe, but like you should date straight up. What are you doing? Date Boof. That's kind of weird to me. I laughed at this scene. The cadets, the military group, play the Beavers.
Which I just saw. This actually is the Oregon State Beaver. They just straight up took the college.
that what it
mascot.
is?
Yeah.
That's funny. Cadets versus Beavers. The Beavers fans are real weird hippies and weird 80s party animals. And the cadets are military.
Sure.
The coach says, oh, don't worry. It'll be over in an hour. He wants to get the heck out of here. He asks for salt. What do you want? Salt. We see Scott starting to turn when he takes a free throw, but then there's a loose ball, and everyone piles on top of him, and he comes out as a teen wolf. And instead of everyone like shutting the game down, freaking out, the ref
Running
is
out.
like,
Yeah.
it's your ball. You need to take it out.
it
Like,
looks like-
no sells it. Just
Whatever.
like,
Running clock. Let's just get this
Let's
over
go.
with.
He's standing there dribbling the basketball, but he's also just backing up. Like, just back up,
Yeah.
back it up,
This
back it up.
this shows there's no 8-second clock. There's
Right.
no 5-second clock. There's no shot clock.
Yeah.
Possibly no quarter clock, or it's just running time.
Now he can dribble. He dribbles down the court and jams it. He steals it and scores.
I was actually talking to someone this weekend about this movie, and it was like, I wonder what that writer room is like when you're sitting around and you go, all right, so he becomes a werewolf, and that makes him good at basketball? No. He's already pretty good at basketball. It just makes him
Better.
better at basketball.
He's just better. He can now dribble. He slides around, keeping his dribble going on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
He does a million behind the back things, behind the back passes. He's the Jason Williams of this high school.
Everything he does, he spins, whether it's passing or shooting. He's
White
spinning
chocolate.
with it.
He's always spinning, going behind the back.
White chocolate was something.
Oh, white chocolate was. They win, and everyone goes crazy because they've never won. Boof knows this is all, performance-enhancing drugs here, and Boof is like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
She is not impressed. This is where they get pizza on the house, honey, from one of those girls. Pamela is in now.
Yep, Pamela's in on
Pamela's
the werewolf.
in on him because he's popular now.
She's into the bestiality.
Is that what it is? The hair. He gets a beer or a soda, I assume a beer, and bites into it and explodes it, and everyone loves it.
Oh, that. Now I remember the
Yeah,
scene.
straight up shotguns it with
Yep.
just his teeth.
Shotgun beer with the teeth. Now he's super popular, and not only is he popular, he can breakdance, guys.
Yeah.
Does a little breakdance in the hallway. Next game, stands are already full. He's even good at school. He's better at school. He gets an A on the test where everyone else is failing. This is where he turns into Kobe Bryant. He steals the ball from his own teammate to go down and score.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like early 2000s Kobe. And his team is just kind of out there, and he's just doing everything.
Yeah. At first they're into it, and then they're not.
Because he's just a ball hawk. He just, every possession, he gets the ball and scores. There's a small part in the play now for Scott, who really wanted to be in the play to impress Pamela. So now he's like a cavalryman who's burning down the house. And the teacher's like, okay, wolf person, that was really something. Good job. And then obviously he's just in the play because he's popular. He just wanted to be the wolf man.
At one point, this teacher, he tries to do it as just himself.
Yeah, that's later.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And the teacher's like, we need the wolf, actually, because you're
no
really
wolf.
not
No, you're not in this.
You're not a good actor.
But the wolf enhances your acting ability.
Yes, apparently that too. Pamela is in the dressing room and invites Scott in. It's like, okay, Scott, come on in. And she's like, how do you become a wolf? He didn't know about it. And then she takes off all her clothes and sits on his lap. And he's like, usually it's when I get worked up. She's like, oh, you about to get worked up? You're an animal. And they make out, and then it kind of like...
Sexy time.
They
cuts
had
away.
sex?
Yep, they sure seem to have.
Yep, I
They had
believe
some
so.
kind of sex. We then see them on a date together bowling. And he's teaching her how to bowl. Like, put your back into it, and it's real sexy.
Mm-hmm.
But Mick is there by himself and is
Her
like,
boyfriend.
what the hell is happening? Teen Wolf is going after my girl.
Yeah, he does not like that.
He's mad, and he's like, let's fight. And then he says some shit about killing Scott's mom in the past. We don't know what happened to Scott's mom. Scott's mom is dead.
Well, he makes a joke about like just shooting a wolf.
Who tried to steal chickens.
Who was his mom? Yeah.
I killed your mom. And then
But
this
in real
is,
life, mom is not there. It's
She's dead.
very unclear why.
we don't know why. She's probably dead.
I mean, there's a chance, just a chance, she didn't know her husband was a wolf.
No, she did, because
I thought she was also a wolf.
We don't know if she was a wolf or not. I don't think. But he says that they got together and she knew, and the principal was mad about it. Thorne
right.
was mad about it.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
This is a weird scene, though. So you have this bowling date. They already had sex or
Yeah.
something in that dressing room.
Yep.
They go home, Scott and Pamela, and then he goes, that was weird with Mick, right? And he's like, tries to kiss her goodnight, and she's like, oh no, Mick is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He asked
Was
her
your
to-
boyfriend?
What?
Yeah, he asked her to
She
or
still
the
says
dance
no.
again. Yeah.
No, I can't. Mick's my boyfriend. He's like, what about today where we had sex? She's like, nope, I'm still going with Mick. Like, okay, that's really weird. Why did you do all this stuff to me then? To make Mick jealous? Not really sure. The team doesn't even run down the court now during the game. When Teen Wolf gets a rebound, he just runs and dunks it, and they don't even move.
Yeah, why would you?
The coach doesn't care at all. All he wants to do is win and give some more weird advice that doesn't help. We see the van has been transformed into the Wolfmobile,
Probably got that for free too because
Yep.
wolves get everything for free.
right? Styles gets the van. That's the van for the fucking hardware store that he defamed with all this, right? Isn't it the hardware store van? Scott goes, I'm ready to surf. So this is the classic scene of this movie where Scott, the Teen Wolf, does Surfing USA on the Wolfmobile,
Mm-hmm.
including a million backflips,
Yep.
lots of backflips, and handstands and all kinds of stuff.
He's much better surfer than Styles.
Much better.
And I thought Styles was pretty good at it, but
He's not bad. His dad sees him, and then when he comes home, he's like, "Sorry, I haven't worked in the last days, months, weeks. We're not even sure how long this has been." And Dad goes, "Don't worry. I know what you were doing. I saw some idiot werewolf making a fool out of himself."
Mhm.
And then Scott's like, "Oh, well, sorry about that." He's like, "Well, Thorne, the vice principal, that's not your fault. That's my fault. Because when I turned into a werewolf, I yelled at him to leave me and your mother alone, and he lost control of his bodily functions.
Oh yeah, he peed himself.
Peed himself with from fear. He says, you got to get a hold of it, son. You got to get control over it." It's like, "Yeah, whatever, Dad. Don't care. Don't want control over it. Just going to be a wolf, teen wolf that's good at everything." Boof decides to walk to school with Scott and says, "Why don't you take me to the dance? I don't want the wolf to take me." He's like, "I got to be the wolf. That's what everyone wants from
that's what
me."
my public needs.
She's like, "Well, I'm not going with you then." He's like, "All right, fine. Just save me one dance." So then we go to this fucking dance. And we get this kick-ass getting ready for the dance scene where he's blow-drying his wolf hair, putting on his
Yep.
putting on his tuxedo as a wolf. Fantastic. Then we get some fucking awesome dance moves and an awesome song written just for this movie.
Apparently, Michael J. Fox is a bad dancer, and so he not even for basketball, but also for dancing, he needed
A lot of help.
someone to step in for him.
A little step in. Yeah, it's clearly not him
Yeah,
a lot during basketball.
almost ever.
It's like taller and way more athletic. Pamela and Scott kind of make eyes at each other at one point, and Mick says, "What, you gotta have his puppies?" And then she dumps him.
Yep.
Which is odd. The whole, like, why did you already had sex with Scott?
Yeah.
Why are you now going with Mick and then dumping him immediately? Anyway, Boof and Scott run off and make out in the back. And then he gets in a fight with a shitty boyfriend and goes kind of crazy wolf on the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And Thorne sees this and he's like, "I love it. You're never playing basketball again. I'm finally going to get my revenge on you." But Dad comes in.
Because Dad's at the dance too.
Dad's at the dance for some reason.
Reasons.
And he comes in and
chaperone.
says to Thorne, "Your problem's with me, not him. You need to leave him alone." And then he scares the shit out of Thorne again, so Thorne pees
Pees his
himself
pants.
again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I see nothing's really changed there, eh, Thorne?" And walks out. Just fun. Time for more basketball. He comes out late to the game. Scott does, but as himself, not the Teen Wolf. And
This
I'm
is
sorry,
like the
no.
championship.
He
right?
goes to the play first as himself, not the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "No wolf, no part." And then he says he's going. Then he goes to the game, and everyone says, "You're gonna let the entire school down. We can't win unless you're the wolf." Then we see a dude get elbowed to death again. Elbow to the face, no call.
Running
Yep.
clock. So
Guy
let's get this
comes
over with.
to the bench, and the coach goes, "That's a Purple Heart for you, kid." Marty / Scott / normal guy walks in and basically has a little face-off with Mick, who's on the other team. And the coach is like, "What are you doing? You got to be the wolf." He goes, "I got to be myself." He's like, "All right, well, we're getting our brains beat in then, I guess." It's like, "I got a plan. Share the ball." That's the plan here.
This
So
will never work.
they
This
get-
is the most disappointing part of the movie.
Yeah.
They get the ball to Chubb, and he scores, so then he's got some confidence. And the comeback is on. We get a montage of a lot of scoring. The score is weird because we see them score at least a dozen points, but it still says 33-10.
Yeah.
Wait, what? They didn't score at all? We get some of the continued worst shooting form I've ever seen,
Yes.
including the weirdest hook shot from Chubb. we get a song called "Win in the End," which is also written for this movie. I'm sure.
I'm
Real
sure.
bad. Real bad 80s song.
Granted, it's not a good 80s song, but to have already gone through some of our Kenny phase,
Kenny Log
then we got treated to Frank Stallone.
and all the Rockies.
It can only go down from there.
Yeah. I mean, Rocky 4 alone has 5 bangers.
Yeah. It's
And
true.
Loggins is on that soundtrack. He's not one of the 5 bangers.
He's on that?
Yeah, of course he is.
Of course he is.
But his song is not one of the top
No.
bangers. It's close now, even in the scoreboard, after all this scoring. And Mick goes, "Make your move." And the way he backs up and intimidates during this free throw is weird.
Yep.
And he stands there, even though the refs like get away, go to the side. Which, why do they all have to go to the sideline? I'm not totally sure because there's no time left.
Yeah.
I guess.
He makes everybody go to the sideline except for Mick, who backs up very slowly, even after being yelled at by the ref, to stare down this guy
Yep.
while he takes a free throw.
He's underneath the hoop, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hits one and it's tied. So like all the pressure's off now. And he hits the second one, winner. And then he runs to the crowd and Pamela's waiting for a kiss, but he blows her off, goes right to Boof and kisses Boof. And
Yep.
then everybody's celebrating like they won not just like a
This is
regional
the championship. I
regional
assume.
championship, but they're celebrating like crazy. And then we see
The dick in the crowd.
dick guy in the crowd.
I honestly wasn't expecting to see it because I was like, "There's no way it's
They
going to be."
didn't edit it out.
They did not edit it out
It's weird.
because it's
So
in the
what?
very last.
He's right.
frame. It's
just
in the
his
last frame.
pants, His pants right behind Michael J. Fox.
Like his fly is wide open. He adjusts himself so
pulls
that
it
like
out.
yeah, like because he flips it up into and like covers brings his shirt down. Like that was his dick.
I
And they
missed
left
this.
it in.
I missed
This is a
somehow.
famous. This is a famous scene.
Yeah, this is a very famous like blooper that I knew about going into
I
watching
see.
it,
I
and
didn't
I was
know
like,
about
I'm gonna keep an eye out during this scene. Let's see
He
if I can
basically
see it.
ruins the final shot because he's right behind Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Kissing Boof.
Yeah.
And his dick's out.
Yep.
I missed it.
It's hard to
Didn't
see. You
know
have to,
about
you
it.
have to slow it down kind of to spot it. But that is Teen Wolf, a great basketball movie.
So, yeah, it's a basketball movie, kind of.
There's a very funny article before we get to the all the other segments. By the Deadspin's not around anymore, is it? Deadspin's dead, right?
Didn't Hulk Hogan kill it?
He may have killed it. Yeah, you're right. We got a little stat line, okay? Because the stats in this movie are funny. Who do you think was better, Teen Wolf or Scott?
Well, Teen Wolf is definitely better.
Okay. Well, they're pretty close. Scott's a better all-around player.
Oh yeah.
Teen Wolf's stats against the military academy. He was 8 for 8 with 16 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 block, and 1 steal. Scott, against the Dragons at the end of the movie, was 5 for 5 with 4 free throws made, 15 points. He also had 6 assists and 4 steals. Meaning, if you go by John Hollinger's math equation on basketball players, Scott Howard was the better player.
I
He
mean,
did more stuff.
that's what I think what annoyed me most about this movie is you get the first one where he's a terrible basketball player, and then at the end he decides I don't want to be Teen Wolf anymore, and now he's
A good basketball.
a
player.
good basketball player just on his own.
Well, because he learned how to play while he was Teen Wolf.
I suppose it's true.
He got the
couldn't dunk
confidence.
anymore.
He got the confidence that he needed. Confidence that he needed. The scoring in this movie is weird. It's wacky. But that is Teen Wolf. It is now time for a quote mountain.
Yep. Let's do a quote mountain.
Is it?
I got a little bit of trivia here.
Give me a trivia.
Oh yeah.
Two things. One, it had some silly things in other countries because it came out after Back to the Future, and so they wanted to play off of that. So in, I think it was Brazil, in some other country, they named it The Boy from the Future.
Yep.
No way.
And
Yep.
then in Spain, they changed his name to Marty.
Makes sense because I kept calling him Marty.
I also found a list of the style shirts that he wears.
Okay.
Oh, let's hear that.
He's got, let's see, a gray one. It does have text, but you can't really read it. He's got the white Teen Wolf one at the end. A white one that says Wolf Buddy on it. He's got a Hawaiian shirt. He's got a different black Teen Wolf shirt. He really goes hard into that to make money.
He's selling them.
He's got just a regular pink shirt, and then he's got Life Sucks and Then You Die. He's got a gray one that says Drunken State, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one that says Obnoxious, the movie.
Yep, I remember that one.
And then, of course, What Are You Looking At, Dick Knows?
Obnoxious, the movie.
Yeah.
Here's the scoreboard thing. The scoreboard is 36-15. Then the Dragons score 38 points, but it still says 36-26.
Oops.
We see them score 38 points, but the scoreboard does not reflect that. All right, Quote Mountain. Let's see here. What do we got? Any you like? There's not many.
Yeah, there really isn't.
What was the one I said earlier? I forget now.
How about Scott Howard's Sergeant, burn the fields, and when you're done with that, burn the house. That's exactly how he said it too.
Yeah.
But as a wolf, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is that when he was just Scott?
A little bit, both.
Okay.
What's wrong? Gambling, drugs? I'd like to help you out, but I'm tapped out this month. The IRS is really coming down on me.
Do we get his other one here about the 3 rules to live by?
Oh, yeah, that was good, too.
3 rules that I live by. Never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who has the same first name as a city. And never get involved with a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now you stick to that, and everything else is cream cheese.
That's not bad.
Who says this quote?
Coach.
Coach Flintstone.
Okay.
Coach Finstone.
Never get less than 12 hours sleep.
Never play cards with a guy who has the same first name as a city. And never get involved with a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her body.
I like that. That's a good one. There's also this is the one I was thinking of. The shop teacher. Is there a rash going around? No. I heard the shop teacher got his dick caught in the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Any of those strike your fancy? Dagger lady?
Yeah. And never get involved with a woman.
Let's go with dagger lady.
What's the rest of the quote?
Never get 12 hours of sleep.
Yep.
Never play cards
Never
with a
play
guy who has the
cards.
same first name as a city.
Yep.
And never get involved with a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now you stick to that, and everything else is cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Okay. Oh, we never did an eBay war. Oh my God.
Yeah, what are you
Sure
doing
didn't.
here?
I screwed up the eBay war. It's in there.
It's in there now.
There's not a lot of quotes on here.
Let's do an eBay war. Let's do an eBay war. It's Halloween right
Where
now.
is it?
It's not Halloween.
Jesus, is it all the way up there? It is.
It's Halloween soon.
Oh lordy,
It's Halloween soon. How about a Teen Wolf
Halloween
adult costume of him as the Beavers basketball player?
Well, this price is sky high in October, I'm sure.
It's going up. It's going up, up, up. You ready for the... let's see if I can pull up this description real quick.
Oh, man. I can't imagine being in a house party wearing a fur suit and a rubber mask.
It'd be a little warm.
Yeah.
Join the
I haven't had a
team
good
and...
Halloween party in many a year.
You used to have the best ones. Join the team and show them why you're built for the game of basketball with a fantastically furry jumpsuit and a one-half mask. This outfit allows you to become the movie character that stole the hearts and won the games. The Teen Wolf 1985 Teen Wolf adult costume is designed for balling out on or off the court. Your outfit for any kind of special event is going to be off the chain when you pick up this historic Hollywood look.
Off the chain.
How much do you think Teen Wolf Basketball Beavers Halloween costume cost, complete with mask.
I assume I'm winning, Wally.
Let's see who the last
has to go
one
first?
is. It's me and Bill, right? So Bill, you were up 8-7.
Yeah, crushing. All right, so we're in October, and it says that this is off the chain, so they think very highly of it. I'm gonna say $60 flat.
Okay.
$60 flat. I'll say 80.
Bill's the winner.
Heck yeah!
$62.
Oh, wow.
41 cents.
All right, very well, very well done, Bill.
41
You
cents.
tried
Sorry.
to get cheap on me. And
I almost
still took
forgot
it
about
down.
the eBay war there. Sorry about that. But we still got it in. Get that costume. There's still 3 available, Wally.
I do
Still
need.
3
And
available.
you
I
priced it out at
need,
80, so this is cheap.
Yeah.
Get it.
Get it. Get it while the getting's good. Get it before the price goes up.
Oh yeah, and then I can be Boof, and it'll be great.
Perfect.
You can be Boof and I can be Pamela.
Get a nice little Thruples costume going.
Yeah.
Nobody will know who we are.
Nope.
I'm going to be Teen Wolf's dad. You can be Boof. Let's play one-on-one. Make it real weird. All right, most valuable player of the movie. It's got to be fucking Michael J. Fox, right?
No, it's
the
Styles,
Teen Wolf,
right?
Is it Styles or Teen Wolf?
I mean, I guess I was annoyed with Styles more than not, but
Is it? There's nobody else even like
Dad?
Dad's good.
Boof,
Boof, yeah.
It's Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. All right, Teen Wolf.
Final verdict score
Not very good.
6.4. It's fine, fun.
5.4.
Oh,
that's
wow.
low. That's low for our
5.4.
scores.
Yeah, let's see. It wasn't really that good.
It's not the worst movie we've seen, though. You're
No.
about to put it worst.
No, we've gone way lower than that.
We got a 3.8 in there. Is that right?
I'll throw in a 6 even.
Okay.
So that's
So,
going
like
to give us a
5.8 or something?
5.9 repeating. 5.93 repeating.
It's still not good.
So 5.9 out of 10.
This is one of the worst movies we watched.
Yeah.
Is it, though?
It is. It's not a terrible movie, but it's worse than most of what we've seen. I bet you where it fits in the rankings is correct.
So the closest movie to it is The Big Green at 6.0.
Okay.
So this is below Big Green.
Yep. And then Basketball is at 5.5.
Wow.
This is worse than Basketball.
6.1 for The Replacements.
Yeah, worse than that.
Definitely.
That's pretty
Okay.
much everything near it.
We're going to re-rank soon. Did we say episode 50 is going to be a re-rank?
We talked about it.
That's potentially up there.
Yeah.
Okay. 5.9 repeating. That's pretty low.
Yep.
But do you disagree with where it sits with those rest of those movies?
I guess it's
It's
probably,
about-
it's about right.
I feel like Big Green needs to.
Go up a little.
Yeah, like that feels harsh.
That's a little
Replacement
low.
seems a little low there.
Yeah.
Maybe they both need to go up a little bit.
I think the fact is for The Replacements we had just watched Field of Dreams,
Okay.
So it's
and
coming
for
off
The Little
that.
Giants or for The Big Green we had just come off of Sandlot and Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
So like
Hmm.
kind of hard to stay with those.
Okay. Well, we're gonna re-rank soon. All right. Next review is who?
Me.
Wally.
And I already spun the wheel. I got
You
football.
made a deal.
I got
That sounds like you cheated, but okay.
Nope. See, it says football. And we're going
to us. You definitely didn't cheat.
Yeah.
we're going to watch Invincible.
Okay, that
on
was on my
A
list.
serious
Yeah.
movie.
It's on Disney Plus.
That's Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
I remember enjoying this movie.
Okay.
Not a great movie, but a good, enjoyable
Yeah.
movie.
Little Marky Mark.
And it's based on true story.
Yep. Unfortunately, Eagles, but whatever. We'll get
Yep,
past that.
Yeah, you guys both hate the Eagles. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
It's true.
I could care less.
But I
about
like
the
Marky
Eagles.
Mark.
You like Marky Mark,
I do.
even in
Marky
Transformers.
Mark is it's pretty good. He's pretty fun to watch.
You know,
He has some good ones. He has some bangers.
I've been watching his brother and Band of Brothers lately.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I actually just watched his brother's episode.
Danny Donnie?
Donnie.
Danny?
Donnie.
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 He's also in the boy band, original boy band.
He was in the boy band.
What was that? Boy?
NKOTB.
He's in like Blue Bloods now. He's in a show.
New Kids
now.
on the Block?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was New
Yeah,
Kids.
he was in New
He
Kids.
was the bad boy of
Oh.
the band.
He was in New Kids.
And then he was
And
on-
Mark had the Funky Bunch.
Yep, he sure did.
That's what I thought he was part
Marky
of.
had the Funky Bunch. All right. Well, that's a good one, I guess. Teen
Yeah.
Wolf, a
That's-
definite basketball movie.
It's loosely a basketball movie.
Debatable.
Definitely a basketball movie.
But I won't fight that. I won't fight that this is a basketball movie. It opens and closes with basketball.
Yeah, and
There's a lot of
third
basketball.
one in the middle. So yeah,
And it's actual games. It's not just like, oh, look, he's on the basketball team. There's
Yeah.
basketball scenes.
Exactly. All right. So I was right. That's all that matters. You should just said you were right, Ryan. That's all you need to
Mm.
say. All right. We're out of here. We'll be back with whatever movie you just said. I immediately forgot it. Peace
Invincible.
out.
Ding.
Invincible.
yes. Ding ding.
That was so uninspired of a ding ding.
That was a great ding ding.
That was
not a
a
great
terrible ding ding.
Are we still going?
Yes.
All right.
Goodbye.
Ding ding.